Hans Van Ripper, and it is Halloween time, so I thought it would be a really good time of year to carve a pumpkin. Now, a couple years ago, my crop of pumpkins just went over and out. We had so many pumpkins, I didn't know what to do with them. So I thought, well, what if I carve a little face into it and then set it on fire as a nice holiday decoration? So that's how I invented the jack-o'-lantern all the way back in 1790. Now, today we have a really beautiful pumpkin that we are going to carve. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is take one of these pumpkin carving tools that you can get here in the beautiful year 2020. And you're gonna cut out all around this little top part and make your jack-o'-lantern have a nice little hat that you will be able to use to clean out the pumpkin, as well as put a little candle in there for later. So this part, an important thing to do is to remember to kind of cut at an angle, because if you cut straight up and down, the top might fall in later on after it's cut out. But if you cut at an angle, it'll make sure to stay nice and put after it's been cut off of the pumpkin. So this part's nice and easy. You can use a nice little sawing motion, and it really helps just get right through that pumpkin skin. Now you want to make sure not to make this hole too small. You want to be able to get your whole hand into it. That's going to be important for later. All right, almost there. Okay, now let's see how it goes. And now we have a nice little pumpkin hat. Now, you can see inside the pumpkin there's a bunch of delicious pumpkin meat and pumpkin guts. So we have to get all of those out of the pumpkin, which is not the easiest task. But we have one of these really cool super goop scoops, and that will assist us. So let's go ahead and kind of clean out this pumpkin. I think that'll do. All right. Now we want to take this hat here. It's got some guts on it, so we'll just cut those right on off. All right. Now we got a nice hat to our pumpkin, on and off. Perfect. Now we have to put the face onto the pumpkin. Now I like to use a Sharpie marker in order to kind of map out where I want the face to go. Now, we're going to start right in the center of the face and draw a nice triangle for the nose. Now, that looks a little bit small to me, so we'll go ahead and make it a little bit bigger, because you are going to cut on the outside of what you draw, so you won't see any of this here on the inside that you're drawing. All right, so now that we got our nose, we're gonna go up to our eyes. Now, the way I like to draw eyes on a pumpkin, some people do little triangles, but I like to give it a little bit more personality. So I do a nice circle on top, I so, and then a little triangle in the middle. Now, I can see this, but it's very faint probably on camera. But that's okay. You don't need to have really, really hard Sharpie lines. You just want to be able to see what you're cutting out when you're cutting it out. So let's go ahead and do that. Another little circle, and some triangles right there. All right. Now, I think that should be about even. I'm going to try to use this pumpkin marker and see if it works a little bit better to highlight. There we go. So we want a nice circle on top and some triangle right there. Now, here comes the fun part, the mouth. The mouth is what gives your personality to your pumpkin. I like to draw a nice happy face because I want my pumpkin to look happy. So we're going to start out on top with a nice happy shape, like so. And that's going to be the top of the mouth. Now, when we're going down to the bottom of the mouth, right around here, I like to draw a little tooth for the pumpkin. And then coming back from the other side, we'll do another tooth right there. And that will be the mouth of the pumpkin. Well, hello. Dogs are excellent pumpkin carving companions. So if you do have a dog, I suggest having your dog sit by your feet while you carve your pumpkin. All right, now comes the fun part. We're gonna stab this pumpkin in the face and create a face out of a pumpkin. So, let's see. Start up here. And with that same sawing motion, we'll cut out right on the outside of our Sharpie lines.
I'm gonna use a bigger knife.
All right, so I've gone all the way around, and let's see if we can push it out from the other side. Oh, and there's our first eye hole. Now let's get the other ones cut out. Now we have our nose and our eyes cut out. It's starting to look like a pumpkin. Now, it's starting to look like a jack-o'-lantern. It always looked like a pumpkin. One of the coolest things about jack-o'-lanterns is on Halloween night, if you are being chased by the headless horseman, you can put one of these out and he will get confused thinking it is a real head, and he will take that instead of your head. So, if you ever do find yourself wandering the hollow, I suggest you have one of these at your side. Let's cut out that happy face.
Intricate cutting parts here. This is probably the most detailed of the entire pumpkin, so you have to kind of pay attention to the teeth.
All right, let's see if we got it all cut out. All right. Oh, hello. He got something stuck in his tooth. Let's see if we can get it out. There we go. Just you can see I did not completely clean
this out as much as I should have. But you can always take your knife and go around the edges, like inside, and clean those up. So that once you have your candle going through, you'll be able to see the shape that you want it to be. So not only the outside, but the inside, you want to go back in and clean that up.
All right, so now we have a beautiful pumpkin face. He's just missing his hat. So we put the hat on. And we have a nice jack-o'-lantern. Looks like we need some fire. We gotta set this thing on fire, don't we? So now all we have to do is put one of these here candles inside. And we have a glowing, magical treat for Halloween.